Cody Rhodes fans, I fear it might be all downhill from here. Last night on SmackDown, we had a triple threat match to determine who would face Roman Reigns for the WWE Undisputed World Championship at the Royal Rumble between Randy Orton, LA Knight, and AJ Styles. And many were predicting that it was going to be Randy Orton winning and facing Roman Reigns at the Rumble. Some were even going as far as to say that Randy Orton was likely going to go to the Rumble, beat Roman Reigns clean, and win the WWE Championship. I would look at these people dead in the face and I would say there's no way. There's no way you honestly believe that's going to be the case. These people were dead serious. They are 100% certain that Randy Orton was going to be the one to vanquish Roman Reigns. After a 1,300-day long reign, it would be Randy Orton to do it. I said, you know what? I'll bank on Randy Orton winning this match. Going that far, I'm not too sure about. We got to SmackDown. Roman Reigns and a bloodline interfered, and it basically just all went into disarray. And as you saw in the clip earlier, SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis stands on business as he always does and made it a fatal four-way at the Royal Rumble. A fatal four-way between Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, LA Knight, and AJ Styles for the WWE Undisputed World Championship. Listen, on paper, this sounds like a very intriguing match. How often do we see Roman Reigns in multi-man matches? Yeah, we saw him in tag team matches last year, but when was the last time we saw Roman Reigns in a triple threat or a fatal four-way? Actually, the last time I recall him being in a triple threat or fatal four-way, you have to go back to the last time WrestleMania was in Tampa, Florida. WrestleMania 37 against Edge and Daniel Bryan, who, funnily enough, both men are now in AEW. Now, wrestling fans see a fatal four-way match for a world championship and a lot of possibilities starts running through the head. Now, is there the possibility that Roman Reigns will triple stack LA Knight, Randy Orton, and AJ Styles on top of each other, pin them 1, 2, 3, and retain the championship? Absolutely, that's there. We can't add that out at all. It's Roman Reigns. I wouldn't put it past him. As a matter of fact, I would go as far as to say that if this happened at the Rumble, I wouldn't even be shocked. I would put money down that this might actually happen. See, now had we entered the new year with just this bit of information, it would be so easy to just say, oh yeah, Roman Reigns is going to retain, we're going to get to Elimination Chamber, he's going to do whatever, he's going to go to WrestleMania, face Cody Rhodes, drop the title, move on from there. The Hollywood, do whatever. But Monday did happen. The Rock showed up at Raw, and The Rock, without calling out Roman Reigns, basically put the seed in everyone's head that he might be gunning after Roman Reigns. I said it before and I'll say it again. If you're not going to do Roman Reigns versus The Rock, don't hint at it. Don't even plant the seed in people's minds. But they did it. And this is the first time they ever did it. Which leads me to believe, and many to believe, that The Rock versus Roman Reigns might be closer than we actually think it is. Is it guaranteed to happen? No. And I think we shouldn't add that out either. But why even tease the fans if you can't do it? You know what I mean? So let's just say it's going to happen. Well, now it's not that easy to just say Roman Reigns is going to retain definitively, because who's to say this match isn't to free up Roman Reigns from that title to get to The Rock in a non-title match, tribal combat, battle for tribal chief position match at WrestleMania 40. But if this is where Roman Reigns' historic 4-year-long reign comes to an end, that way you don't have to mess up CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, you don't have to mess up Cody Rhodes winning the championship at WrestleMania, it could be from somebody else, and you can get to Roman Reigns versus The Rock without the title and without disrupting the peace. Right, Roman Reigns versus The Rock, non-title, win-win situation. Now, I do agree with you. Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania 40 without the title on the line would be ideal in a perfect world. But alas, we don't live in a perfect world. We live in a world where stories are already set, where plans seem to already be in motion. So having a big name like The Rock come in and want to put his name into the hat, yeah, it's a big deal, but it also messes up the order of what's going on right now. After saying all that, I don't believe it's a lateral or necessary move for Cody Rhodes to win the Royal Rumble for a second time in a row. I think the Rumble winner this year is likely going to be CM Punk. Now, if it were up to me, it would be Gunther winning, but I see where they're going with the direction of CM Punk and Seth Rollins, so I'm all for CM Punk taking a cake here. So that brings you back to Cody Rhodes. If he's not winning the Rumble, then it probably makes the most sense for him to win the Elimination Chamber match. That way he can make his claim to face the WWE Universal Champion at WrestleMania. Which I think about a few weeks ago to even a month ago to even a year ago, most people had their money on Roman Reigns still being the champion going into WrestleMania 40. But now it looks like it might be a pie in the sky type beat. Because now we have to talk about the possibility of Roman Reigns losing the championship without getting pinned. Roman Reigns has been champion for 1,200 days, closing in on 1,300 by the time we get to WrestleMania 40. There is no way on God, Allah, or Buddha, or any god in the sky's green earth that you really are going to sit here and tell me that you want this 1,200 day long reign that we are never going to see in our lifetime, likely ever again. You want this reign to end not only at the Royal Rumble, but you want this reign to end without Roman Reigns himself getting pinned to lose the title. Really? Take The Rock out of the equation, because I think a lot of you are letting this match possibility cloud your judgment so much that you're not using your booking cap here. Everybody wants to be a fantasy booker. Well, let's put our booking caps back on for 1 second. You've been booking your main title scene, your main story, and basically your entire company around this one man for the last 4 years. This man has beaten the likes of Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio, Edge, John Cena, Finn Balor, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes at last year's WrestleMania, and Jey Uso at SummerSlam this year. So many men that could have, and in some situations a lot of you would say should have, beaten Roman Reigns for his championship, and they all fell. They all fell to this one man that is the overarching villain of the entire promotion. But much like every single story, all things come to an end. This villain is meant to be vanquished. And when he is finally defeated, the person who is supposed to take this title off of him is supposed to be the ring bearer. They're supposed to take the company into the next stage of its evolution. The person who is going to take the title off of a man who's been champion for 4 years should be the next face of WWE. And you want him to lose the title in a fatal 4-way match where he doesn't get pinned? Why waste an opportunity to christen your new face of the company? I mean, let's look at the options here. You have AJ Styles, which, mind you, I love AJ Styles, but I think his time is kind of come and gone already. AJ's been with WWE for 8 years. I don't really think anybody's banking on him to be the guy anymore. So now you have LA Knight, which, I mean, the guy is still hot. He's getting crowd reactions every single week. Like, yeah, LA Knight could be the guy though, but like, if Cody Rhodes is supposed to be winning Elimination Chamber or even winning the Rumble to face the champion at WrestleMania, do you really want Cody Rhodes to face LA Knight at WrestleMania? I mean, who do you even cheer for at that point? You have two of your biggest baby faces facing each other. Somebody has to turn heel, right? Well, why do that and bank on only having one top babyface on your brand? That doesn't make too much sense. You wouldn't want to turn one of your top babyfaces heel just for the sake of getting to WrestleMania. So that's kind of out of the picture, right? So the only other guy that makes sense is Randy Orton, which is who some were banking on to win the match anyway, so give or take. Yeah, Randy Orton's a big enough guy and a more important enough superstar to beat Roman Reigns, but don't you think we're kind of past that point? Like, I love Randy Orton too. I grew up watching the man, but he was in there with the John Cenas and the Batistas of our generation. He's been world champion 14 times over. Don't you think we're a bit beyond this point? Even if the end goal was to clear the path for Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania and also give Cody Rhodes his storybook ending by having him win the championship at WrestleMania just against someone who he has more history with in Randy Orton, you really think Cody Rhodes' story is going to mean that much with him beating somebody who's basically a transitional champion? Because that's what Randy would be by definition. He would be a transitional champion for Cody Rhodes to beat at WrestleMania. I don't know about y'all, but to me, that doesn't sound like it's worth 1,300 days of a championship reign ending just so you can do Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania without the title on the line. When you can just have Roman Reigns retain at the Royal Rumble, which we all know he likely is going to anyway. Have him go on to face and beat The Rock at Elimination Chamber, and then have him go to WrestleMania where he drops the title to Cody Rhodes like he should have done last year. And I know a lot of you are going to say, Cody Rhodes does not need to beat Roman Reigns for his story to be completed. And you're not wrong about that. But ask yourself, are all those twists and turns and detours really worth it for this one match? Because as long as we have waited for this match, and as far as WWE has come along in their roster depth without needing The Rock, I don't think it is. What do you guys think? Let me know.